All right. We have another video by Life Priced. This Christmas pushed so many families into financial trouble. Oh my goodness, this is so real. This harpens back from the last video I did of this, of people using Klarna for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And Christmas is the same thing. So we're going to do some response about some of these clips. Let's see what we can say about it and throw some commentary on top of it.
What is so sad,
Oops. There we go.
y'all, is that there are so many folk out here who are about to literally destroy their 2026 before it even gets started. All because they are overspending, trying to create these memories, trying to give their kids this Christmas that they never had. Christmas is one day, y'all. And folk are about to set themselves back months, if not years. We need to understand that we have to stop sacrificing our long-term peace and our quality of life for one moment that our kids will not even remember. This is another reason why there are so many folk out here who will work for the rest of their lives, because they're racking up debt for one day. So if you want to end 2025 better than it started, my money mentorship is open. So check out the link in my bio.
That's true. She's right. It's that a lot of people are essentially sacrificing their short-term happiness for long-term happiness for short-term pleasures. That's the crux of America right now. We care about the short term. We care about the next quarter. We care about the next few months. We care about my generation, YOLO culture, the you only live once culture. And Gen Z is a doom spitting culture. Well, there is no future, just buy now. It's like you're betting essentially that the world's going to end in 3 months. That's how you make your decisions. And it just puts you in worse and worse situations. So it's like, yeah, she's absolutely right. And of course, she's trying to sell her course, and I get that. But she's absolutely right. It's that a lot of people bought all this stuff in Christmas, and now that they have to pay everything back, it's going to take them, it's going to take years for some of these people to pay this stuff back. And some aren't going to pay it back at all. And then when their credit gets destroyed and the economy goes down because people are losing their jobs, so there's less spending going around, and people are squeezed because of liquidity issue, because people aren't spending money, which is why the government's going to start printing money again, which is going to devalue the savings you have already. You're not going to be in a position to capitalize on the lower prices because everyone is in the same position. Everyone needs to sell their house. Everyone needs to sell their assets because they need cash to pay down debt. And because you're paying down debt and there's less people who are willing to pay cash, so because essentially cash is now a more valuable commodity than the assets, because you need the cash to pay down the debt. And this is how they trap you. In a seller's market, there's more cash to go around than houses. In the buyer's market, there are more houses to go around than cash. And the difference is in macroeconomics, cash is king. If there's not enough cash to go around because everyone's paying debt, doing debt servicing, there's less cash to go around, which means whoever is holding the cash has the power. And because everyone's doing the same thing, there are more and more Americans. I can't say for, and I'm sure it's happening out in the West and Europe as well, but I'm gonna focus on Americans. There are more and more Americans who are losing their jobs, who are in debt, who will either go bankrupt, and then their wages will get garnished or whatever method they do when it comes to the bankruptcy courts, or they have to pay down their debt, which means they're not spending money no more. And unfortunately, that debt is a necessary expense. It's not something you can just cut out. You got to pay the money back, or the interest is going to get you. So you can't even do which is called austerity, which means cutting back on necessities. You can't even cut back. Because you have to service the debt. And if you're already making this amount of money and all this going toward debt, this is what the student loan people are learning right now. Well, if you're only taking home $3,000 a month and they're garnishing 25% of it, now it's less money that you have. And because you have less money, now you got to sell your house. And then when there's 30 other people doing the same thing, guess what I'm doing as a buyer? Oh, you want 300,000? I'll give you 150. You don't want to take 150? All right, I'll go over there for it. And if you come back later, I'm dropping to 125. And I have done this before, just to let you know, in real estate, I have done this before. So let's move on to the next one. Yeah, sorry about the background. It is what it is.
And how the Lord came through for me.
All I can remember is that my husband recently lost his job, and then I didn't have no income. I don't know. I didn't have no money. I was dead broke for Christmas, right?
And instead of stressing, what I did is I went to God and I said, you know what, God, we may not have no money, but you know what? We got life. We woke up. By your grace, we're going to wake up on Christmas Day. We're going to have a good meal with the family. And that's all we need, because we're supposed to celebrate love and family and being together on Christmas, right? Little did I know God had other plans. So I recently joined or transferred to a new church. And basically a stranger. Look, the Lord brought a stranger to come and help me on Christmas. Let me tell y'all about it.
So I didn't know this lady. She didn't know me. And long story short, she came and brought diapers. She brought food and gave me $100 cash and said, here, buy what you want. So when I tell y'all that year, my kids didn't want for nothing for Christmas. They didn't want for nothing. I'm telling y'all, they had shoes, clothes, food, toys, like a huge amount that I was not spending. And you know what the best part was? $0 out my pocket, $0 out my husband's pocket, because we didn't have it to spend. That's just the honest truth. So in the end, my brokest Christmas ever was, honest to God, my best Christmas ever. No lie. Like I was blown away by what the Lord had in store for me. I'm trying not to get teary-eyed, but I just wanted to share this because I know it's been a rough year with the government shutdown, the food stamp situation. Just trust in God. Just believe He's going to show up and show out. He's going to make sure you have all your needs. That is written, guys. It is written. So I need you guys to like and share. Most of all, share this message, because I know it may not be you, but you might have a friend, you might have a family member, you might have a coworker that's struggling to get what they need for their family, because there's so much pressure, on the holiday, Christmas especially. So I'm just sharing this to let go and let God, guys. Like, honestly, like that year was the most beautiful Christmas I ever had. Like, literally just saying, you know what, God, it's all right. We don't need.
All right. I get it. Thank you. No. That actually is the reason why community is so important. And this is the thing that people in church do and get. Communities will help others in need because they're in direct relation with you. They are the net connection with you. So when you want to fall on back, the community comes together and brings them up. And I think that's one of the great things about church, is that you have a community. And I'm so thankful that in this situation that she was able to get help from a stranger who was a part of the same church family. And they were able to help her out, knowing that, she wasn't doing too well. Because yes, there's a lot of people hurting right now. And despite how sometimes callous I can be, I'm hoping to do this to inform and educate, and hopefully that you won't be in a situation where you're absolutely struggling. And if you are, hopefully this will give you a better perspective on how to view the world when you see so much darkness. So let's move on to the next one. See where the other one's going. All right, we got another one about being broke on Christmas. Check this out.
To beg. They wanted their money. For me, my car note was not getting paid. It was just like, when I get it, I got y'all. But till then, give me a second. My credit cards. Look now, y'all already are maxed out. Why would I pay y'all? And I can't even really use it. So they wasn't getting paid neither. I say all of that to say, I've been there when it comes to not having no bread, but the bills just keep on keeping on. But what happens when God blesses you and gets you out of that season, right? And now you no longer are so financially tight. You know what I mean? I feel like nobody talks about that, period. We talk about when you're broke and you want some money, and we talk about when you're rich or when you're just not broke no more. But what about that in between? I feel like I'm in that in between where, man, I'm super thankful that I'm not broke no more. But I also don't want to spend any money because I never want to be broke again. Call me young girl, never broke again. But it gets to a point where it's like, let's relax. You can buy things, right? It's okay. And I'm not talking about I'm trying to go buy a Lamborghini or some Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. No, I'm not trying to buy these things. I can be at Walmart and I see a pack of leggings and knowing I want the leggings, because I mean, who couldn't use new leggings, right? But in my head, I'm instantly like, do you need leggings? Do you need leggings? You know where that money can go? To a bill. No, put the leggings back. Go put it towards the bill. Now, mind you, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord, the bills are paid. But what will I do? I'll be like, that extra $10, you need to put it towards your credit card. Put it towards your credit card. Why are you not going to put it towards your credit card? Do you need leggings? But that's that being broke PTSD. You know what I mean? You feel like, I can't do nothing because I got to pay these bills, but I'm okay now. Another example, when it comes to my fingernails, like, I want to get my nails done. I have been going back and forth with this for maybe a week and a half, because I'm like, do you need your nails done? Do you need them done? You want them done, but do you need them done? Then I'm like, okay, well, I can buy one of those kits off Amazon and do them myself. I had a nail business. I had to leave nails when I was younger, right? So I know how to do nails. But the reality is, I don't want to. I don't want to. And I feel like it's okay to pay for things for convenience. But again, here comes that broke PTSD.
Here we go. All right. I get it at this point. See, she keeps talking about that. Well, why can't I just buy a $10 leggings? Can I just get my nails for convenience? Convenience is a privilege. People it's a privilege. It's a privilege that we've gotten so comfortable and used to that we fail to understand that it's still inherently a privilege. Be able to have your own in-house laundry is a privilege. I have to go out in my personal apartment. I have to go to a laundromat to wash my clothes. And before laundromats existed, women had to wash by hand before washes were made. These are privileges. Not saying we can't accept some of these privileges, but in this situation, you are in debt, which means you borrowed money that wasn't yours. And you must pay back what you borrow. And this is what people don't understand about debt. Debt is a loan on your future earnings. So when you're taking out debt, you must understand, okay, that means a part of my future earnings has to go back to servicing that debt that I borrow. And if you don't do that, then the interest is going to eat at you. And this is what she said, why I feel trapped. Well, yes, because you keep buying things you don't need without the expectation that I have to pay this back later. And then when you're so far, and this is what most Americans do, when you're so far ahead in this journey, in this road, where now you look back and say, oh, I'm at $8,000 in debt now. Yeah. And now you have no plan on paying it back. And she said, oh, I have some extra cash. I need to pay down debt. Yes, you really do. Especially if it's high interest debt. But in this situation, not financial advice, but what I would tell her to do is first consolidate all your debt into either a personal loan or a short-term credit card. But this, I can't give her too much because I have to look at her financial situation ultimately. Get 0%. Get it for however long you can get it. It's 21 months for a credit card because there are some that don't 21 months. And then stop using all your credit cards. And make a plan on how you're going to pay down that big debt while creating a savings cushion. You cannot buy conveniences at all until you have a savings cushion. And in my opinion, the bare minimum savings cushion is 3 months of necessary expenses, not Netflix, not that, but your rent, your utilities, your groceries, and car maintenance and gas. To me, those are your main necessities. Now, if you have kids, you can throw some stuff, other extra stuff in there. But for the most part, electronics aren't necessities. Your phone bill is, but new electronics aren't necessities. Netflix subscription service aren't necessities. Whatever your necessities are, multiply it by 3. And when you get that in a savings account, then you can buy conveniences. You cannot buy conveniences until those are taken care of. You can't. Because you're going to get in a situation like this where you're going to feel entrapped by debt. And she's talking about a God all the time. In the Bible talks about how you can be financially imprisoned. It's the worst imprisonment. Because now you're in servitude to money that you owe. I'm not going to scroll scripture because I'm not a pastor, but I do know that's in there. But yeah, in this situation, you have to take sacrifices. I continue saying it on this channel. You must sacrifice. You have to cut back in your spending, cut back in your conveniences for a short time. I'm not even saying you have to do it long term. But if I ask you to cut back your conveniences for 4 years, so you will never feel financially trapped again, why wouldn't you do it? I don't understand it. Like, are you that short-term minded where you can't sacrifice 4 years? You're already sacrificing 20 by dealing with it like this. This is what is so baffling to me. It's that you'll still be in a hard situation, but still not, but it's better to just sacrifice now, deal with it in the short term, knowing what's coming, and then prepare yourself to where you never have to go through that again. But that's not what we do. We enjoy the short-term pleasures or short-term conveniences, and then over the long run, we're trapped by debt, and now we're complaining about how we can't afford to live and all the money is going toward debt. Well, yeah, that's the consequence of you borrowing money for things you don't need. And remember, the pillar, all this stuff, the foundation that holds these pillars up is your job. And the moment you lose a job, this is what I was saying in my last video. And I did have some comments saying that, oh, I'm not going to be like this. And if you're not, great. I'm so glad that you're not in that situation. Most people are not in that situation. They're about to get laid off because the companies have the power to. And with AI, and it's going to take like 3-4 years for them to get it. But once they get it, best believe they're cutting work. So it's on us to adapt, learn new skills, and cut back on unnecessary spending. We have to, because if you don't, then you're going to end up bankrupt. And when things go bad, when prices drop dramatically, you won't be in the position to capitalize. This is why I'm saying all this stuff. Don't you guys want to be one of the ones back in 2008 that bought a house back for $15,000, then all of a sudden it's worth $250,000 10 years later? Don't you guys want to be that? That's how you do it. The only way it works is when everyone's suffering like we're doing right now, you have to be one of the ones who aren't suffering. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Warren Buffett's famous quote. Everyone right now is fearful. Well, should be fearful, but they're not. They're still being greedy by spending and overspending like they should. You should be fearful. You should be saving. You should be planning. Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway is sitting on like $850 billion in cash. He's ready. So when all prices drop, guess what he's about to do? Buy all of it on pennies on the dollar. I'm putting myself in that position. I'm guaranteeing it. That's why I retired when I did. Because I'm making sure I'm going to be one of those ones that win this time. But everyone else is going to be in that. And what's going to happen is the moment all these prices drop and then prices start going up again, everyone start complaining, well, why couldn't we get the houses? Why couldn't we get those situations? Why couldn't we be one of the ones that made it? Because you weren't willing to make that short-term sacrifices for the long-term play. Because that's a long-term play. And this is what I'm trying to teach you guys. So let's move on to the next one. See what this guy is saying about Christmas holiday debt, because there's a lot of holiday debt. It's going to take 2-3 years to figure this out for a lot of people.
One of the things that I hate to see right now, they're showing a lot of people right now going into crazy amounts of debt for the holiday. And we already know that people are already going through it, but there was showing that people are literally taking loans out just to buy gifts. And I understand that they had this buy here, pay here, these loans that you're able to apply for online. It's very predatory. But at the
Yep.
same time, you look at the trend of the world that we in right now. It's like if you don't do certain stuff for your kids go back to school feeling down and sad that they didn't get the things they wish that they got. And I get it. As a parent, I try to get my son everything he asked for. But at the same time, it's like, damn, we kind of really be setting ourselves up
Yep.
for destruction, because at the end of the day, you see now we got the most ungrateful people
Yep.
today, you know, from kids
Keeping
to
up with the
grown-ups.
Joneses.
And it's sad because even when it comes to adults, we will buy things knowing we don't have a real need for or a real reason to buy it, and we don't need it, but we would still do it. And you always hear people say, not always, but you hear people say that don't understand money. Well, if I got it, you only live once.
Yep.
Yeah, but until you really need that money for something really important, and then you don't have it. You know, this is where we at today. We in a very uncomfortable position right now, especially with everything so high, everything just overly priced. You already seen them fake behind Black Friday sales, whereas though the price was already the same as the Black Friday sale. They were showing this lady when she showed that she bought shoes that was $50, but when you went to Black Friday, they were $100,
raised the
and they
price.
said you're getting 50% off. It's the same damn price. It's the fake me out. So people are now being hit to a lot of things, but at the same time, you're also seeing a lot of things be overpriced. Like right now, I remember, I'm buying toys for my son right now. I remember the same toys that I seen a couple years ago was around $30. Now they're pushing for $60. It's crazy. And these characters are made out of plastic.
Yep.
Even though you can take them apart, even though your kid might end up throwing it against the wall, and then next thing you know, he can't use it again, or he try to play with this little superhero toy with one arm. I'm just saying, this is where we at now, man. It's like the money don't spread as far as it used to, no matter how much you make. Now, if you got millions on millions, then it's a different story. Then you can ball out of control. I don't know, I'd probably live in a strip club if I had all that money. Nah, no, I wouldn't. I don't know, I probably would.
Yeah, it probably would.
Hey, look, y'all, be safe out here.
Like this guy. Yeah, no, yeah. Absolutely right. I like the brother. Hey, man, you ever watching this? I agree, man. I definitely feel you. I'm glad that he's aware. Well, we keep wanting to keep up with the Joneses. We keep wanting to live this life that's not us. We can't afford to live this life. And things are going to get more expensive, and these companies know it. They know most people can't control their spending. So yes, they'll put a fake price, they'll raise the price, throw us 50% off. Amazon does this quite a bit too, especially if you're a Prime member. It's predicated on you wanting to spend and consume. They call it consumerism. It's consuming. Nothing lasts. Cars don't last. Nothing lasts. You must vote with your wallet. Pay down the debt of things you don't need no more, and save up for something that's more important, more fruitful, more valuable. We don't do that no more. Like, we are a slave to our desires of wanting the newest stuff when it's not even good stuff. It's like, it crushes me. This chair I'm sitting on is like, I got this in 2013. It's 12 years old. I love it. I don't need to buy another one. Like, this is why I'm saying you have to go into your life and say, okay, I can't do this no more. I'm cutting this out. But if not, then yeah, you're going to be in debt. You want to keep up with the Jones. You want to keep up with everyone else. I get, he says kids will go in school and say, well, you can get nothing. I get that, but and I get it. There are there's levels to that. Like, I wouldn't completely deprive them, but I'm not going to give you everything because, like he said, people are ungrateful. There are massive amounts of videos of that. But we need to, as a culture, stop the consumerism. Stop. Like, we're a slave to it now. We're a slave to it. And this is what all these companies know. You're a slave to you wanting to spend money. And now you'll be in debt. You'll be in their servitude. And now you are so easily manipulated because they can just throw money in front of your face and you'll do whatever they want. And that's the biggest trap of all, because now you can't keep the government accountable no more, because they know you're all struggling. And you're not willing to sacrifice for the big play, as in a revolution, which is going to cost your life. You know, like, that's what it really costs for certain freedoms. Is that you're going to be willing to fight for it and be willing to die for it. So they distract you from doing that so you don't destroy the status quo, but they keep you sated by just giving you this consumerism while siphoning all your wealth away. Like, they're hitting you from both sides. This is why I'm doing this. It's like, it's right in front of your faces. Let's just not do that no more. Let's control what we can control and say, no, we're not doing it. We're not buying it. Let it rot. Let it fall apart. Let you guys lose all the money. But the thing is, there are still people who are going to spend anyway. The only thing we can do, control our house. We're not in debt. We're the ones going to succeed. And when we're succeeding and they're all failing, they're going to hate. They're going to, oh, why do you have all that money? Oh, well, why do you get to go on vacations and I can't? Because I sacrificed for 5 years while you were out partying. And now that you have to deal with the consequences of your actions, I'm dealing with the consequences of mine. I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I was willing to make the sacrifice play for the long term. And that's what I hope my audience can do. All right, let's do one more video. This woman.
So if we exceed the income limit, we will lose healthcare. And due to mine and my son's underlying health conditions, that's not worth the risk for me. So this is literally the rest of my shopping budget. I'm going to Dollar Tree and see how far we can stretch this. If you guys see this video, would you please let me know what is your favorite Christmas gift that you ever got as a kid, or your favorite holiday gift if you don't celebrate Christmas? Let's go inside and see what we can do. One of these little Tic Tac things to put in his stocking. Spider-Man thing. It says Spider-Man's like his favorite right now, so this is perfect. Please keep in mind, though, that at my Dollar Tree, everything has already been raised to $1.75, just in case anyone has anything to say. Yes, this is like some sort of slime or something, but I don't know if it's sticky or not, but I think I'm going to grab this as well. Grab him one of these big candy cane, like, stick things for his stocking because they're gluten-free, and even though they do have dye in them, that's okay once in a while. That this stuff is too sensitive for my son's skin. I'm still going to grab one, and maybe we can dissolve it in water or something. I think that would be fun. I think this is the last thing I'm able to get today, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this and go check out. So crazy busy in there, but I am so glad that I was able to grab a couple things. Obviously, I would have loved to grab more, but we are doing what we can with what we have, and we are staying positive. Thank you guys so much for being so sweet and amazing this time of year, and just always, I love having such an amazing community. If you guys see this video, would you please let me know, because my videos have been doing so crappy, and I love communicating with you guys. If you see this, would you please let me know what was your favorite Christmas and or holiday gift growing up? And if you could press all the buttons and share it with somebody, that would mean the world to me. I love you, and I will catch you next time.
All right. Honestly, I appreciate this woman. She understood your limits. She understood her limits to say, okay, I'm going to do what I can with the money I have. Like, that's what we have to do now. That's what we really have to do. And if you're willing to sacrifice just enough, you can cut back just enough where you can break past that barrier of in debt, that barrier of financial imprisonment, the freedom. Like, you have no idea how free it is when you're not thinking about money no more. The average wealthy person who doesn't think about money, I'm talking about millions, because unfortunately middle class is $200,000 now, but if you're making millions, the average life expectancy is extended by 10 years on average because of the financial stress. Like, that's how big it is. This is why I'm trying to encourage people to sacrifice in the short term. Get rid of the conveniences now, so when you got the money, then you can get all the conveniences you want. But once again, it takes a sacrifice in the short term to finally get it at the long term. And that's what it's always been about. But unfortunately, there's some people who just can't do that. And like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, we got to be able to do that. So, all right, let's see what this little video is here. We got one more. I'm going to let this play and then we're going to give it up. See.
Not getting my parents anything for Christmas Not just my parents. I ain't getting my mom nothing. I ain't getting my dad nothing. And I'm not getting my sisters nothing. And I'm going to tell you why. It has to continue to fall down the line after that. I'm not going to just get my mom something without getting my dad something. And I'm not going to get my parents something without getting my sister something. But my dad has a wife. I'm not going to get my dad something to open up on Christmas and not get his wife something. How about we just spend time together? How about that? How about we just spend time together and bask in the ambience and we're all grown ass adults. Just don't get me anything. I don't want anything. Don't get me anything. My friends, what do you want for Christmas? Nothing. I don't want because I'm not going to get you shit. I'm not doing it. Let's just not do it. We're getting older. Maybe in a few years when I'm really, really up there, I can get everybody and their mom some gifts. But right now, how about we just spend time together? This is the thing about Secret Santa, right? Because I got a Secret Santa with my boyfriend's family this year. This is the thing about the Secret Santas. You better put your application in for the Secret Santa early and fast. Because once I accept to be in your Secret Santa, that's it. I ain't doing no more Secret Santa. So guess what? My boyfriend's family was on point with that shit this year. They said, this is what we're doing. This is the date. This is how much we're going to spend. And we're going to execute. Listen, my family lucked out. Y'all going to get it next year. Put your applications in by October. Let's just embrace each other, the love we have for one another, and call it a fucking day. Because I ain't getting gifts. Yeah, maybe next year, put in your applications. Let's do Secret Santa because I'm also not buying the whole fucking family gifts. Bitch, I am not rich. So.
Yeah, no, that's actually a great idea. I mean, I'm going to end it there, but that's a great idea. America has convinced everyone that Christmas is a consumerism holiday. It's not a consumerism holiday. And I'm not even big on Christmas, mind you. But in my opinion, I believe Christmas is about gift giving. It doesn't mean it has to be purchased. Anything could be technically as a gift. You don't need to buy something to get a gift. You can make something. You can give up time. Anything considered a gift. It's being together. It's about, helping someone else. To me, that's what I believe Christmas is about. It's not about receiving the gifts. It's about showing others that you appreciate them. By giving them something. That's to me, that's what it means. But America, and I even say America, corporations in America have said, hey, it's about spending money. Which is why they throw up Christmas decorations as soon as they can. The moment Halloween ends, they're throwing it up there. They know people are going to spend money. It always goes back to the money. And I'm glad she's like, hey, I'm not doing this no more. Yes, stick it right to these guys. I'm not playing this game no more. I'm not about to get into debt for cheap stuff that doesn't even last more than a couple of weeks. Just so I don't use it no more. No more of that. We have to go back to where we're only buying things that give us real value. Not take it away, which is what all our modern day consumerism is. Inshitification. Everything's made to break. I'm not buying it no more. Which is why I don't buy much stuff anymore. I really don't. Outside of necessities, food, I don't buy much anymore with the money I have. I save most of it now. Or I invest into this business, which is fruitful. I'd rather invest it into my business than buy something I'm never going to use anymore. And I encourage my audience, hey, that's what we have to do. You got to do that. You got to save your money. Put that money away. Get a 6-month savings. 3 months, that's the minimum. But you really want to get a year if you can, but that's a tall task for a lot of people. So I'm not going to mandate that to people, but you want to get at least 3 or 6 months. And if you can get that, cool. Get out of debt, get 6 months savings. So if anything happens to your job or to anything else, that's what it's there for. You go into it, and for 6 months, you only got to think about anything except either get a job because it is getting siphoned away. But it helps reorder it. It keeps you flexible. It keeps you untethered. And you can walk away from jobs if you need to. You can walk away from situations if you need to. That freedom will extend your life by 10 years on average. So that's basically this video about families in financial trouble. Because there's going to be a lot of families in financial trouble. And it's going to get worse this year. The inflation is going to spike. And we'll talk about this in the next video, how the US dollar crashed. It crashed by 9.7%. compared to other currencies, because that's what you have to understand, that money is compared to other forms of money. And the US dollar did the worst last year in 2024, going down by 9.4%. It is going to get worse this year because they're going to turn the money printer back on. So the entire economy, macroeconomic economy, is betting that the US dollar is going to get worse. Inflation is going to go up. So the guy said it was $30 one year, now 60. It's going to get worse. That's the warning I'm trying to warn people about. This is going to get worse. People think it's bad. It's going to get worse. So it's best to prepare your moat now, prepare your castle now for the tidal wave that's coming. And if you can, you'll be able to capitalize on so many riches, so many opportunities, because everyone else is hurting. Everyone else needs to sell their assets. You can use the extra cash to buy assets, pennies on the dollar. Buy opportunities, pennies on a dollar. And that's essentially what I'm trying to say here. So great seeing you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.